About to pull this joint up so I can see all the comments and everything. Make sure we stay connected with the people. I can see. All right. All right, we live, bro.
Hey, turn up.
What's good, everybody? We're gonna give everybody a chance to hop on. You know what I'm saying? But definitely excited for the night. Got some real good stuff. And of course, we want to welcome each and everybody to another episode of a Cold One Podcast.
Cold One Podcast, baby.
You already know, man. It's your boy Big D.
Hey, man, it's your boy L Dottie, man. What's happening?
I
just like to say, man, my name is Larry, aka L Dottie, and I fit the description.
Hey, man, it's tough, bro. It's tough.
Hey, man, but we ain't gonna hop right into that. I just want to let you. I'm back on the Modelo's. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna switch it up next time. I'm at the end of the case. I love Modelo's.
Yeah, I'm about to say we've been going hard, man. I'm still on the Rona.
Damn.
we still quarantined, drinking the Rona.
You about 2 weeks in on the Rona, so I'm taking it serious.
Yeah, man. So first thing first, I need everybody that's watching to make sure you share the live stream to your page. Tell a friend and tell a friend. Tonight we are streaming live to Facebook and YouTube at a Cold One Podcast. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So we definitely appreciate everybody that's connected with us. Make sure you check in. You know what I'm saying? So we can give you some shout outs and everything. Comment if you're watching. Let us know where you're at.
Man, don't forget to be engaging, man. If y'all want to hop on, you got something to say, go ahead, get it off your chest, man. Let us hear it, man, because we open to have a dialogue because, there's a lot of shit going on in the world, and I don't know about y'all, but we tired of the shit. You know what I'm saying? But, hey, hop on, say what y'all got to say, enjoy a cold one with us, man. Let us know what y'all drinking. You know what I'm saying? Bye, baby. Turn up on.
Yes, sir. So, again, make sure y'all joining in. We got Kirsten already on there. She said Modelo versus Corona with a bunch of question marks. So apparently she don't approve.
Modelo got to win though, shit.
Honestly, bro, I'm not even the biggest fan of Corona. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, for the past couple weeks, hey, people been leaving it at the crib, so. You know what I'm saying?
Word, yeah, you got to drink the leftovers at the crib, man.
Yeah.
Corona actually my least favorite of any of the cervezas, man. I don't. If I can help it, I don't drink Corona, man. I try not to. I think it's the whole lime thing. I'm not a lime fan, so the thought of having to put a lime in it, or just the flavor of it, it tastes limeish already to me. So I don't really like it like that.
Word. Well, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I'm gonna probably pour up a little bit of bourbon. You know what I'm saying? So for all my bourbon folk out there, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all know about it, but Basil Hayden, definitely a smooth bourbon. So you see me sipping out my glass. I got a little fancy glass today. You know what I'm saying? I like it. You know what I'm saying? Like a little Pentagon base to it. Just know I'm drinking the good shit. But yeah. Definitely appreciate y'all for hopping on.
Top of the shelf. I like my down low.
Facts. But you know what I'm saying, today we definitely got something special for y'all today. You know what I'm saying? We do have a guest. Definitely really appreciate this brother. Known him for years, man. And he's definitely a real good dude. You know what I'm saying? He does hail from the great alma mater of Johnson C. Smith University. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Golden Bulls, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But this dude is doing his thing, man. And a lot of people don't realize that there are black people out here that are working in the brewing game, you know what I'm saying, creating their own brews and bringing something special to the black community. And black people drink beer.
Yeah, and they out here getting busy with it, man. I'm talking about out here selling out. Every time you ask him, he ain't got it because he making more, because he's selling out. He out here killing the game, man. And this is a good friend of mine, of ours, man. This guy, we used to have those real conversations, talk about life and the future and stuff, at Smith. And, I just want to say I appreciate him, everything he's doing. We're trying to see what we can take it from here, man. But, everybody from Smith, this is a legend. I'm bringing
this is Smith legend right here.
We ready about to cut for this one, man.
Word.
Without further ado, man, we like to introduce to y'all our man, no other than Philly. Man.
That was
good, bro.
Hey, man, that was touching, man. I ain't never had an intro, so that was my.
Hey, man, look at it, dog. See, we try to bring you out of here, man. We gotta let them know.
Yeah,
What's
man.
going on with you, though, bro? How's everything going?
Just working, man, grinding. I can't even really put it in words. Just grinding. Like that's all it is.
Word. Hey, first off, shout out to your shirt, bro. If y'all can't see, my man's shirt say "Black women are really everything." So shout out to all the black sisters out there. You know what I'm saying? We definitely uplifting the ladies out here. But yeah, Mac, hey, go ahead and tell us, man. You got your own brewery and everything. Go ahead and give us a little synopsis of with everything that you do.
So with the brewery, Mac Brewing Co., MACK. It's been honestly in the works probably since like 2013. Of course, the brewing process and just the overall, just having a brewery, it's a lot of paperwork. It's a lot of time going tweaking different recipes and things of that nature. So I mean, like back in the day when I was still living in Charlotte, like y'all would come over, y'all would see like I had bottles of beer and everybody like, man, what's that? And I remember telling people that's what I wanted to do, and they kind of just looked at me like, "What? With this idea?" And as I started like going further, and I started like really reaching out, like people started really like inquiring about me. So I made it official and had the LLC 2017. Working on paperwork, but I'm getting the beer out the best way I can right now. The website macbrewingco.com. We're just we're selling stickers. Stickers to fundraise. The stickers come with a free gift. The free gift, it could be for you or 6 other people. So the new flavor I have out, it's a lemongrass and honey ale, clocking in at around like 13%. So lately, people have been ordering, and they get a nice little silver can of that to try it, because I haven't even like put it on the market. I actually have a Smithite working on the label for it. So it's actually, before this whole Rona thing came out, I already had the idea what I wanted to do, because I was going to bring it to Homecoming, and I wanted to unveil it at Homecoming, and it's really honoring one of the Smithites that passed away, a dear friend of mine. And it was honoring him because he was like one of the main ones when I told him the idea that kind of like pushed me to do it. Right now, I just got in the mail this morning the glasses we're going to be selling.
Okay.
So it's like, I don't know if you can see that one, but it's like clear. Then you got the red with the gold and the blue.
Word. You need something, man. Come on, man.
Hey, man, it's crazy. We're doing the podcast, and I didn't expect to get the glasses until next week, because I'm actually doing a giveaway. I don't know exactly how I'm gonna roll it out, but the giveaway is gonna give away, the beer, the new flavor, the IPA, the one. Well, I'm saying the new flavor. I didn't even tell you about the first flavor. It's a 10% IPA. I don't call it a double because I just didn't want to call it a double. I only use about 4 hops, and I didn't want to intimidate people. The reason I got into this whole thing was to really get Black people more involved. Before I really started diving into doing research, I didn't know of any Black breweries. And whenever I would go to like have craft beer at spots in Charlotte, before Charlotte had a whole bunch of them, the Common Mart, VBGBs, the different places I would go, that I would always be the only Black guy.
Yeah.
And then as I started bringing more of my friends, and they started getting more involved in like really finding their flavor, because the beer flavoring is endless. So it's like almost impossible to say you can't. You can say you don't like beer, but it's probably you haven't found the beer for you yet.
That's what we said. We said that said that first episode, man.
Yeah.
And you know, there's a flavor for everybody. And you bring up a good point, Mac, because for Black History Month, we were trying to Google black, brewers and stuff like that we can actually purchase beer from. And to be honest with you, man, especially I know definitely here in Charlotte, they're damn near extinct. You know what I'm saying? And I know that we've been drinking, like we've had beer before together multiple occasions. You know what I'm saying? Just all of us together, and we know that black people love beer too. We'll go to the bar crawls. We'll do all these things related to beer. But for some reason, people don't think that when you relate beer, you don't relate it to beer and black people. You relate it to craft beer and upscale white people. You know what I'm saying? And I just think that we should try to change that narrative because I love beer and I'll try anything. Your shit is fucking dope too, bro. Because shit get like you got that on them, boy. That thing will knock you on your ass and it's smooth.
Right here.
It's not hoppy like an IPA. It's not too powerful. But I know because we talked about it. You said one of the hops that you used was more of a. I said I tasted like a citrusy grapefruit kind of thing.
Mosaic hop that I use. So the IPA is clocking in at 10%. It's a doozy. That was like my very, very, very first like creation. And I created it in Charlotte. And that, I have a lot of friends that like to, they smoke. I smoke cigars. A lot of my friends smoke, the left-handed cigarettes. So, I needed something that was going to go well with it. So I didn't have to drink bourbon in like 90-degree weather. I wanted to have a nice beer. So the IPA was the one that I started, that I did. And it as time, like that's a recipe that, like it's like an artist in their first album. It's like it's everything. It's everything combined into this one vessel to give you just the story of where I'm coming from. And it's like the flavor in itself is not overbearing. It's smooth. Then you feel it, and then once you finish your first can, it's like, whoa, that's 10%.
Yeah.
All right, and that's kind of where I'm coming from, man. Is I'm very subtle. I can creep up on you, and then it's gonna sit you down. But what you were saying, like the other black breweries, it's like I know here it's two other breweries in Pennsylvania. One is in Harrisburg. You got Harris Family Brewing. It's another one, two local brothers or something. I forget the name of it, but they're in Philly as well. You have Crowns and Hops. They just came out with a beer that's called Black People Love Beer. Atlanta has a couple, and I was telling you guys about Fresh Fest. That's going to be in August. That I want to see you guys there because that's going to be the very first time that I'll be pouring the beer in public. And you can get it sent to your crib. You can enjoy it, but this is going to be the first time that you'll actually see me on a tap of my beer. It's the third annual, but the first Black Beer Festival is called Fresh Fest. And
Fresh Fest.
They redid the date for August 8th, I believe.
Yeah, and that actually may work out even better because when we talked about it before, it was actually coming more around the corner, and now that we actually have time to plan, because in between that time, I would like to kind of get like a black beer network as far as like the black brewers and the black beer media outlets. You know what I'm saying? So we can kind of gather some kind of connection so that we can start expressing how we feel about beer and black people in beer and, the brewing process and just everything that comes along with it and try to teach, people about beer and let them know that we enjoy it too. And that, it's something that we like to do as well, man. So I just want to let you know, man, keep going. And I appreciate you and appreciate, what you're doing. It means a lot to me, bro, because I care about beer. I love beer, bro. You out here, doing your thing, you knocking them on their ass. My man bought a whole goddamn thing, the homecoming. Yeah. I said, Mac, what's good? Goddamn, I come back later on. My man Mac said, yeah, bro, I got time to go.
Yeah, I came down. I like homecoming first and foremost, like you said, I'm a graduate of HBCU. We all are, Johnson C. Smith. And that was like the very first time. It's so many people that'll sit here and say, man, my first time drinking beer, I was with you. And you I'm like, yeah, now I got my own. So he's like, what you drinking now? Yeah, I'm drinking my shit.
Hey, that's the biggest flex right there, bro.
Yeah,
that's the biggest flex, man.
Yes.
Yeah. Hey, but Mac, we got a couple questions from the audience. The first one here is why do you think there is a lack of beer love in the Black community?
Good question. Who said that, man? Shout them out. That's a good question.
You know that was Ember.
Hey, my dog.
I think honestly, I'm the best way I can put it. I can break it down in cars. Black people, they like nice things, so they want the Benz, they want the Lexus, they want they want all those things, and they believe that it's a status symbol. So I got to go to the bar, I got to get my Henny, I got to get my Ciroc, I got to get all these things. But when you start doing the math, and you're a true like hustler behind the whole situation, all right, I can go spend $10 on a shot of Hennessy, about 8 ounces, and then they're gonna flood me with water, juice, or ice. Or I can spend $4 and get a 10%. I'll finish that. I'm good. I came here to achieve one goal, to get money, and I'm gonna drink quality shit. So now it's about like taking that narrative and changing. Just like now, it's like I was on the Instagram and I seen like this company, this of course it's not owned by any of us. This company like makes belts, right? And it's literally a fucking string. That's what, like, no exaggeration. It's a string that you tie, and it just happens to have like these metal like clasps on the end. And I said, these motherfuckers have taken something that literally a motherfucker had to do because you couldn't afford a belt. Go get your own pair of shoes, tie a string around the motherfuckers because they said your pants need to be on your ass, and they charging $40 for it. And the first thing that we're going to do is we're not going to see it as something that we created. We're going to go and buy into that narrative that I need this
consumer.
Yep.
Like knowing that beer first started being brewed in Egypt. So it's like to go things. You gotta know the history behind the fact. And once you know the history behind it, it's like, damn, this really is our thing. This is ours. You know what I'm saying? Skateboarding literally started with us. Right. It's not now, but this is where it comes from. And like that's the best answer I can give you. That we let go of so much. It's so much. It's the best quote is we forgot more than most people even know.
Damn. That beat, you gotta think about that one.
Yeah, that's real. That's real. We got another question here. Also for Ember. She wants to know, how can we support you and your brewing company? And she's also asking about a beer tasting event she likes to attend when outside open. So I guess you kind of reiterate about the event, where it is, how people can attend, all of that stuff.
Got you. So it's Fresh Fest. What's their website? I don't know. Fresh Fest. That's August 8th. I know that's a little ways. I don't think they're sold out yet. But as far as my website, it's MACK brewingco.com. And when you go on the website, it's going to say like a little sticker. Legally, legal things has to get done. So you're buying a sticker that you're going to be receiving a free gift. The free gift will be, 6-pack of the Mac IPA. Also, you'll have, like, for this week, I extended it past Memorial Day. So now you actually get a chance to get a free sample, a 12-ounce can of the ale, which is, when I say it's 13%, this is
13.
This is nothing like the IPA. This is a creeper. This is.
He said it's an ale.
It's an ale. This is dangerous because it's so smooth. Like It's smooth. It's kind of
Bro,
like a
13% L.
this joint will put you down and you won't even know it.
Yeah, I like the sound of that, baby. I'm ready for it, goddamn. Hey, man, y'all go to Mac Brewing, MacBrewingCompany.com, man. Go ahead and try that shit. Put them on your ass, and then after y'all wake up from being put on your ass, let Mac know how he just set y'all on y'all ass, man. Yeah, we got the cups coming, man. Y'all check them out, man. Shit, good shit, man.
Yeah, thank you. Instagram, Mac Brewing Co. MACK Brewing Co. on Instagram. You can ask me any questions from there. But I think you said you wanted to know about the brewing process.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit about the brewing process. How long does it usually take? And possibly like I know about fermentation and stuff on the top and bottom, which makes like pilsners and lagers and stuff like that. But let us know like how you do some of the flavors and like what does it look like?
Well, right now I do malt brewing. So with the malt brewing, I don't use like the raw grain. For me, it's easier for me to control the alcohol content. So it's like so pretty much the malt is the sugar of the grain. I go ahead, I get the color and everything that I need, and typically to make a batch of beer, it's gonna take me about an hour and 10 minutes. That's to actually cook it. After that, after you add all the ingredients and everything in, fermentation, I like to let my beer ferment for about a week and a half to 2 weeks. And then I don't force carbonate anything, even in the kegs. I don't force carbonate. I like to give it time and just settle. So it takes I use cane sugar to do my fermentation. I mean, to do my carbonation. So that takes about another 2 weeks. So like a batch of beer, like a good batch of my beer is going to take me about 3 to 4 weeks. And everybody's like, you can do it quicker than that. And I'm absolutely certain I can do it quicker than that. Right now, I just really enjoy the whole process of it. Like that's like a lot of like writers like to write in their journals, and artists like to just go and get their easel set up and just go paint somewhere. I like to make beer, and I like that whole process of making the beer because I can control the aspects. Like this is something that when you get it. I've had somebody tell me like it didn't taste like they expected it, and I sent them another one to like oh yeah, what's your address? Oh yeah, let me send you another one because I don't even like that response. And it was like, you know what? I don't know what happened with that batch, but this you good. Nah, thank you. Right.
That's an important part of the actual customer service aspect and taking great care and pride in what you do. And a lot of people don't understand with anything that you do, you have to have some kind of love for it so that you'll be able to produce the best product. And that's why people are naturally flocking to you because you've already shown over the years that you like beer. You've been talking about making your beer. You actually came through and produced the beer, and now you're just basically trying to, better the product. And hopefully, I know you looking to scale.
Of course, I just right now I think, and it's not even like right now I'm a one man show. Like I do everything. It's not one can that people are getting that I haven't touched. So right now I really want to figure out the best angle. I'm taking like the grassroots approach. Like you guys, like when you guys told me at the podcast, what I need to do, what I need to send you, what we got to do, and that's really how I'm taking the approach of just like the whole, as far as marketing, just Nike approach. And what I mean by that is like sending it to different bloggers, sending it to different podcasts like yourself, and giving them an opportunity to try something that a lot of people haven't yet. Think about it, like what was it? Sneakers just came out. The Ben and Jerry Dunk. Nike didn't pay promotion. They send it to people. They send it to a magazine, and they start talking about it. And that's pretty how I'm. I don't want to always be behind on the camera. Like I want to be behind the scenes, and I want the product to speak for itself. Somebody told me like, what do I want to? Somebody asked me like, what do I want to be like in the beer culture? And honestly, I want to be the Allen Iverson of craft beer. What that means, or how do I mean when I say that? Iverson has no rings, but he pound for pound, you cannot say he's not one of the best NBA players ever graced the sport. He changed the look of the sport. You know, when he was coming in the game, wasn't nobody walking around with those earrings in like that. Wasn't nobody walking around with the do-rag on like that. He the whole uniform.
Trendsetter.
He trendsetter. Like, you know, when a new pair of sneakers came out, he had a new crossover. So it's like he changed that whole approach. He brought streets in urban environments of how we grew up, and he brought it to the mainstream. And that's pretty much what I want to do with beer. I want to bring our culture. I want to bring our HBCUs. I want to I don't know what I just did. I just did something. I can't see.
You damn sure frozen like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Oh no, I accidentally hit something talking with my hands too damn much.
It looked like
there you go.
There you go. Go ahead. I got a question for you. But keep going with your point, and then we got a question for you.
That was it. You know, the AI of craft beer. That's what I'm trying to be.
Okay, yeah. So Shannon wants to know, where did you learn to brew beer?
Oh man, trial and error. Trial and error. Talking to different brewers. I used to go to a brewery, a craft brewer here, microbrew. It's called Nottingham in Philly, and you know, I was drinking there for a pretty long time before I was 21. I used to talk to them. I started like doing research on the process. I had a lady friend I was dealing with back in like 08, 09, and I always thought you needed like this big, massive like a warehouse to do beer, and she was doing it in a South Philly apartment. And I'm like, whoa, that's all I knew.
Word.
And from there, and then it's just, you know, I went off to college. I went down to Charlotte, and I started getting like exposed to different flavors. And you know, at that time, I was drinking Yuengling, so I was wondering like how I'm getting, you know, black and tans and everything on a regular that I wouldn't be getting in Philly, and they coming out of Pottstown because they made a brewery in Miami or somewhere in Florida, and it was getting closer here. So I started seeing how they were like marketing and shipping, and so I've always been big on like how they getting it to the people, and that's when I started like really thinking about how I can do this.
Word.
But bro, YouTube, a lot of studies, just looking it up, honestly, figuring out how I can do it. Whenever I had an idea of how I want to incorporate like lemongrass or honey to beer, I would just like see what other people were doing, how they were trying to do it, and then put that within my head, because it's not a hard process, but you got to have the idea to do
it. Okay, so we got a really good question here. Ember wants to know, have you been supported highly by the Black community? Have you experienced any discrimination being in the business since Black brewers are not that common?
Honestly, no. I don't think I had the chance to really get discriminated as far as from like the brew culture, because my goal was to get people that get people that drink beer to drink more craft beer. 2, to get people that don't drink beer to drink beer. So my marketing hasn't been to like the beer community. It's been just the urban community. So more and more you get people like yourselves or anybody else is like, I never even knew Black people made beer. And then you send them down that wormhole, and then it's like you start expanding them the more. So just being able to shout out different Black owned breweries, that's cool. I have no problem doing that, giving everybody the shine. But at the end of the day, you always gonna remember, just like Larry always does. Like, man, I remember the first time I had a Yuengling was with Dave. So every time you see that, it's gonna, it's an imprint now. So every time you start seeing different Black breweries, you know, if I'm the first one that you met, it's always gonna come back to me.
Word.
So spread love, spread the culture, and the culture will take care of you.
Man, a lot of our ideals align, Matt. Because just like how you say you want to be the Allen Iverson of craft beer, man. To be honest with you, I mean, because I know we have a lot of work we have to do. I feel like we could be, the number one beer podcast in the nation, just based off of the content that we talk about, the people that we, talk to, and the conversations that we have, man. And we love the beer. I mean, we just literally took something that we do on a regular, and it's endless how many people we done been in bars with, done been to bar crawls with, done bought packs upon packs of beer and just sat there and drank it all. I mean, man, it's just endless, and I feel like it's such a big network. That's why, man, I'm dead ass, and I'm serious when I say we have to start working on seeing what it looks like for the Black beer lovers and the brewmasters and people everybody in between come together to show that this is a part of us too. We like it too. You know what I'm saying? And we can make it probably better than a lot of y'all.
The wave is coming, man. It's a lot of us, and unfortunately, with the whole COVID-19 thing, you had a lot of people that were like in the process of putting a down payment on these buildings. I was one, like I was like, I'm hustling, I'm busting, man. I gotta get this down payment. I gotta get this money. I need a brick and mortar. And it's like, then this happened. And it's like, now the way that I operate, you have mainstream craft brewers that's trying to figure out the puzzle on just internet, like just using the internet to move your product. And it's like, man, I've been doing that. Like, so you're trying to crack the code that's already been cracked. Granted, I ain't doing nowhere near the numbers that I would like to do, but I'm doing numbers, so I'm happy. Like just the whole, when I talk to people and I tell them, I'm get my own brewery off the ground, doing this and doing that. It's like, man, what? How? And the fact consistency hasn't really been affected, other than some logistical issues with getting shipments from here to there of actual, supplies to make it. It hasn't really taken a hit too bad. So I'm still focused on 2020. I'm gonna say 2025. Give me 2025, man. I'm trying to have a staple here in the city.
Well, man, I believe you can do it, man. It just takes consistency, man, and that hard work and that pushing through those bad times, man. And like you say, that's the same thing with us. We definitely not doing the numbers that we know we could do, or that we can do. But it takes some kind of consistency and keep pushing through things in order for you to kind of see any kind of results. And we've seen results in our own ways, man. We take our own, and that's another thing too, man, about staying in your lane. Like when you stay in your own lane and you're creating your own path, whatever you're doing and how other people perceive it, you know what I'm saying? They're not understanding the work that you're doing and that you're putting into it. So of course they're gonna feel like you're not doing A, B, and C. But in your mind, you looking at your product, you're like, all right, word, I done did A, B, and C, because we're not on the same page. We're not on the same page when it comes to that. And it takes that consistency and that drive on anything you want to do to be able to see, to bear the fruit from it, bro. And like I say, man, I'm excited talking about this because I love talking about business. I love talking about beer, and I love talking about Black people. And speaking of Black people, man, this is a conversation that we've had in the past. One that regrettably I felt coming sooner or later again. Something that I think is just the beginning. An unfortunate police killing of yet another unarmed Black man, and I just kind of want to talk about why are Black people, Black men, these kind of targets in in America, man. And we briefly touched on it in the past on one of our other episodes, man. And it's pretty much to me sounding like the same rhetoric every time something like that happens. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It's always a repeat of the protests. You give it a little bit of time, and then next thing you know, another black man gets killed.
Yeah,
it's a repeating cycle, man. But it's crazy because you got that episode, D, that clip.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and drop it real quick.
Hold on, Matt. See, this is the clip right here, bro. It's crazy because we just talked about this. Because, at the end of the day, a lot of things can't happen without these beautiful women out here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying when it comes to the black man, now this is why I'm saying the tides are changing, is because everything that goes on in America for the most part, in my eyes, is a target on black men. Yeah. And I said, what's this, May?
Yeah, it's May now.
3 months ago.
Yeah. It's crazy, bro. You were just speaking about this, and it literally it showed itself again. Wait, hold on. Hey, Mark, I think you got a bit of an echo on your end.
Oh, my fault. I'm trying to plug in my charge, man, for this thing cut off. Excuse me.
Okay, no, you good. I'm gonna just mute you real quick. All right. I just had to mute him real quick. It was giving some feedback. But yeah, it's crazy. Like we talk about this all the time, and it just keeps happening. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sure that a lot of people are familiar with what's going on right now in Minneapolis, Minnesota. There was another victim of a police killing. His name is George Floyd. And I do think that it is important to to say their name because this isn't just just another person. Like this is a human being. This is a black person. You know what I'm saying? This is somebody that had a family, that had a future, and it's not just a coincidence that this continues to happen over and over and over and over. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not just one person. Like this is dozens of people. You know what I'm saying? And it's
not even dozens, bro. It's millions. When we go back over the track of history, bro, it's millions of black people that have been killed at the hand of an oppressor. And people like to talk about gangs and shit, man.
Yeah.
The police department is the biggest gang out there because they have the law behind them, bro. And with that protected them, they feel comfortable to do the things that they do. Like I saw the video, like I know a lot of other people saw the video. That man had his knee on his neck, man. You know what I'm saying? And then you got the community around you let you know this man saying he can't breathe. You know what's been going on in the country with y'all killing us, and you just want to sit here and execute him in front of us with this nonchalant look on your face, like, yeah, I'm a nigga killer. I kill niggas.
It's crazy, bro. It's crazy.
Like, I kill niggas, and I'm gonna do this no matter what y'all say, bro. Y'all can say anything you want to. How is it a technique for you to put your knee on somebody's leg like that to the point to where they can't breathe? I understand that people are fighting and resisting, and you trying to get them down, and he moving and won't put the cuffs on, man. But it wasn't all that going on, man. This man was showing y'all he couldn't breathe, and y'all steady took it upon yourselves. You like said, fuck us right in front of our faces, dog.
And honestly, bro, even if he was moving around, you know what I'm saying, because some people say that he was resisting, some people say he wasn't. I didn't watch the video, but my issue is that I have seen multiple examples of non-black, you know what I'm saying, criminals holding weapons, you know what I'm saying, running towards police, and the most they might get is a taser. But somehow the police are able to, you know what I'm saying, subdue them, get them under control, and arrest them without bloody in their face, without killing them. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times those people still end up getting off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like why, when it comes to black people, all of that training that they get or that they supposedly get it seems like it just goes out the window for us. All of a sudden now you fearful of your life. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to an unarmed person, you know what I'm saying, but you able to subdue all of these other people of non-black races, and it continues to happen over and over and over, bro. And quite frankly, we tired of it. And you see the people in Minneapolis are tired of it. They are, you know what I'm saying, protesting, rioting. You know what I'm saying? To put it frankly, they fucking shit up in Minneapolis.
Honestly, at this point, can you fucking blame them, bro?
I can't.
I'm gonna say it like this, man. I think I put a post up on it. It's like people are so like good at like reciting and rehearsing these raps, and one in particular that always like struck me whenever I see this shit is I'd rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6. So at the end of the day, you know, I can't see he had the handcuffs on. At this point, I can't even see letting the cop put handcuffs on me.
Word.
There's no way how it's gonna go. And we're seeing it. For instance, I remember in high school, I would get pulled over every day by the same fucking cop with my uniform on at the same stop sign every time. It got to a point I just stopped rolling down the window. I just cracked it. Here go my license, registration, car in my mom's name, and yeah, that was it. But it was the same cops every time. Now that's going back to 2007, 2006. So, you know, again, these are things that are not like Larry was saying. This shit is millions of people. It's just now we got a camera. And another thing, if you see me getting my ass whooped by some fucking cops and you didn't see this shit happen and I ain't did nothing to inflict, you know, bodily harm on them to even try to use deadly force against me, don't fucking videotape me, man. Come fucking help me.
Word. But you know, man, and we are trained, and see, it's a lot to unpack with this, man. This isn't just no one episode or one quick fix situation, bro. We have to go back to how black people are trained when it comes to dealing with the police. Back to history, and like you say, that happened to you back in 2006. That wasn't that far ago. But then you got the 60s where you had, you know, people fighting for these civil rights and stuff, which still ain't that long ago. And then you had slavery years prior to that. That's still not that fucking long ago, bro. So the question is, goddamn, when do we fucking say enough is enough, and what do we do? Because protesting ain't getting it done. These mamas crying over their sons, you know, being killed by the police. And hold on, let's pause that. It's open season. You ain't got to be the police to kill niggas.
It's crazy.
You ain't got to be the police to kill niggas. We got to change our mindset with certain things. You know, for one, I'm a strong believer in a license to carry. We have to change our mindset on these things. You know, as black people, especially in the North, you know, we're always taught like, you know, guns are evil. You know, even if you're 100% legit with how you have your firearm, it's like, oh, you know, what you need that for? What you up to? It's always like a negative, you know, connotation on like why you have one. And it's situations like this. It's like, bruh, if he shot that cop and all that happened, then it's like that's what they want. But bro, we did this protesting, this we shall overcome. I'm a strong believer in Malcolm X. You already slapped me on one side. You already took one cheek. I gotta protect the other one with my life. And me laying down and just, you know, surrendering, that's not an option.
And see, my thing is, man, what you say is very important. But my biggest fear is because when I was at Smith, bro, I was a rebel, bro. I did shit. I started protest against the school when they was, you know, giving us those shitty meals, and they was changing it into the, you know, premier urban university that it now is, with all these $500,000 houses around the HBCU, where if you try to have a party or something, them boys gonna call the police on you because they paid $500,000 to sit there when this school been here all these hundreds of years. You know what I'm saying? And my thing is how we are in a lose-lose situation. Because what if he did pull the scrap out and shot the police? Now he's a police killer.
Yeah.
But this man had his knee on his neck the whole time, cutting off his circulation, where we watched the man literally get killed in front of us on social media. And it's happened so much to the point that we are getting desensitized to the fact that they are killing us. But we can't let it numb us, though. We have to be able to take proactive action. And I'm with you, bro. My only thing is I know our black people are not in the mind state to do something like that.
But that's the thing. We want you to think. That's what we want you to believe. This is not a new thing. This is damn near 400 or 500 years of constantly beating this into your head that do that. No, you shouldn't do this. No, you shouldn't do that. When these are your rights.
Right.
Yeah.
It's unthinkable. But even when you look in social media right now, what was it? The lady in Florida who now has come out that she killed her autistic son. What did she say? Black men abducted your son? The guy got caught in the
right there. That's the go-to. Blame the black man.
Yeah, by black people. It's like, bro, like we got like it's us to change our thinking as far as how we need to defend ourselves. But at the same time, it's those motherfuckers too who keep thinking that black is just wrong.
Right.
Keep perpetuating the stereotypes of this shit. You got motherfuckers that's literally what's happening. Like when I seen they were talking about the murder, but then they was talking about people who are just now getting criminal cases for lying, saying black people did this or black people did that, and was nobody black involved. That ain't nothing but fucking Emmett Till all over again. And and y'all keep letting it the fuck happen.
Yeah.
So it's like till we take it in our own hands, it's like cheating a bully, man. A bully will keep fucking with you until you punch that motherfucker dead in their nose.
Yeah.
And watch them tears and that blood start leaking. Then they want to be your friend.
And then you gonna have to suffer them.
Friends that when at the end of the day they got no skin in the game. We the only ones that's getting killed. You ain't got no skin in the games, but you want me to befriend you. Fuck that.
Yeah. That cat say you ain't got no skin in the game, boy. And that's a great business term right there, because motherfuckers got to show you that they with you. And the thing about black people, man, black people love to be inviting. That's just how we are by nature. We love to be inviting, but we keep inviting these people who really don't give a fuck and out here vulturing everything that we put out there as a culture for us to have, and we accept them, think that they cool, or like they say, invited to the cookout. You know what I'm saying?
Time for them to really stand on what they said, and then it's well, we have to look at it from this angle, man. Listen, the capital of all crimes have been committed. A man was murdered. I don't give a fuck what you stole. I don't give a fuck what you didn't, dismember. If you ain't killed nobody, if you ain't put bodily harm on nobody, then death should be the very last thing you receive.
Right. And so we talk about the history of this thing, and kind of where the origins of it come from. And I don't know. I know y'all probably are familiar with the Willie Lynch letters. And so basically, the Willie Lynch letters was basically an outline on how to control slaves. And so he presented this to other, slave owners down in Virginia, and basically told them, hey, man, I got the blueprint on how you could break down your slaves and control them for at least 300 years. You know what I'm saying? And with how society is today, you could see the ramifications of those letters still in place to us. So what they did was they broke us down, separated our families. They took the man from the woman, the black man from the black woman. They took the black children, sold them off somewhere different. They used to kill and mutilate the black man. They used to use our skin tones. You know what I'm saying? The fear, they used to use fear, distrust, and envy within us as slaves, and they used that as an advantage to break us down mentally, which has made it to today where we have a lot of single families, you know what I'm saying? Single mothers out there doing it by themselves. I'm a product of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm a product of it. My dad wasn't there, especially when they counted. I'm a product of that. So we had these single mothers out here. We had these black men relying on selling drugs, to be able to defend their family and provide for their family. And everything that we do out there is a struggle, and we have to work extra hard than our white counterparts to get anything done. So where do we go? Like, what? I don't see nothing short of literally everybody scrapping up and saying, "What the fuck is up?"
Hey, that's real though, because it's like how Max said before. Because it is just this year alone, we've seen, multiple cases of black people just getting the short end of the stick in terms of the racism shit, in terms of the police brutality and killings and all of that stuff. And I think bottom line, once they started seeing black people applying for these gun permits, these concealed license to carry, all of that stuff, that's when they going to start being like, hold on, hey, we might need to change some shit, because hey, all the black folk, these motherfuckers getting strapped up. But I think like that's the answer, bro. Like at the end of the day, we're under attack. We've been under attack, but they blatantly showing that they just don't give a fuck. So we basically gotta protect our own at this point. Especially like the state of the country right now, the economy is in shambles. Like motherfuckers can't even leave and work and take care of their kids. Unemployment is skyrocketing. Eventually it might get to a point, because I don't think people understand the long lasting effects of the coronavirus are going to impact the economy like more than we even know it. Right. And this is going to be like for years to come, people are going to be struggling to bounce back from this. So it's going to be, you're going to see like crime levels start to rise. People going to get desperate because they got to feed their kids, feed their family. This, that, and the third. So you got to be able to protect you and yours. And that's just what it boils down to, bro.
So I feel like, go ahead, Matt.
Even with the whole COVID-19 coronavirus thing going on, this is another example of why we need to, invest in our own economies. Looking at a lot of these jobs, not to even talk about some of these big corporations who have one in particular. It's a retail. I'm not gonna put them out there. A couple of my friends work for them, and they worked in the warehouse in the shipping part. And once this whole COVID thing popped up, they sent everybody home. They shut everything down. But then they brought back the managers who work in the front of the house to work in the back of the house to do what, the warehouse people did. Because the hourly workers, they let them go. They brought in the salary workers to get that job done. And then as things started like progressing and get better, then you start trying to call your salary, your regular workers back, but they already know y'all open and y'all paying somebody to come in there, but y'all sent us home. Y'all paying somebody to do the job that I'm already paid to do, and they don't even have anything to do with that. And you're seeing families and everything fall apart. This right now, yes, a lot of people have lost their lives. A lot of Smithites have lost parents, have lost loved ones. It's a real thing that's going on, but also it's a lot of wealth being transferred. The first thing I was talking to a lot of my friends that didn't play, they don't own stocks or anything like that. And the stock market, is down, and I don't want to buy no stocks because they losing money. They losing money. You don't own a motherfucking thing. I thought the name of the game was to buy low to sell high. So if this shit is down, I want some of it. Give me all of it. Matter of fact,
let me get some of that. Yeah. Buy low, sell high.
Florida back open, Georgia back open, South Carolina back open. Okay, people traveling, huh? Okay, yeah. That economy not gonna be too far off. So I'm gonna keep buying this shit low, waiting for it to jump. If I want to sell all of it, that's what I'm gonna do. But we have to look. We have to get out of our own heads. Taking this time, this is the perfect time that you can really, find yourself. Maybe it ain't. Maybe financial thing ain't your thing, but a lot of it is just really being one with yourself. Most people that are, on Instagram and Twitter and everything, all they talk about, man, I can't wait to go back outside. I'm just so this house is That's because you can't deal with yourself. That's a whole nother bigger issue that ain't got shit to do with outside being closed. You can deal with yourself, or you can't deal with the motherfucker you in quarantine with, one or the other. But either way, that's something that could have been solved. What is it going on, like 2-3 months we've been in the crib?
Yeah.
Everybody should come back damn near zenful like fucking Gandhi. You time wisely. You still, you know what I'm saying? But if I call you and ask you about that fucking Jordan release last week, you on it. You know? If I call you and ask you about, this shit that's trending on Twitter, this motherfucking sex tape, on Twitter, you on it. But if I ask you, what have you done to help yourself? I ain't saying financial. It ain't got to be financial. It ain't got to be, I worked on my business plan. It ain't got to be shit like that. Just iron out some issues that you have a problem with. Do you have a commitment issue? Do you have a mommy and daddy issue? Do you have just a issue of always having to be on the move? It's time for you to look at that. You know what I'm saying? It's time for you to come out this 100 times more stronger than where you at. But we, as a culture, we have to change our thinking process, and tying it back into what we were talking about, getting your gun permit, stuff like that. We have to change our whole thinking process for us to even, excel the way we need to, the way we're supposed to.
Yeah. And see, Mac, man, you bring up a plethora of great points, man. And one of the things I was just about to touch on was the economy. And one of the main ways this is the best time right now to say fuck you to government, white America, all these races and all that shit. Because if we can take control of the economy, going to talking about that wealth transfer that you just talked about, there's a lot of things right now that are dirt cheap. If black people get together, we could put in and buy and start owning these things. So as the economy starts to level out for now, because I don't even think that's permanent if the economy does level out. You know what I'm saying? It's still repercussions we're going to have to figure out, economically in the future anyway. But for right now, while the getting is good, you better goddamn get you some.
Yeah, we were talking about starting a trust, just an investment fund. Something he called me like last week about it, and I was racking my brain on how I can make, one of my other friends, I was just, every time they called me, I was talking about the brand, everything with the brand. I just did this and ordered these glasses, I got the t-shirt coming, They're like, bro, have you taken time to just like step back, take a breath, and just see what you accomplish instead of just keep with your head down, just running. And I didn't. And when I really took that in consideration, literally by the end of that same week, when I'm really taking it back and just looking and just, taking my son to the park to just gaze at clouds and just really take it easy, then my other homie calls me up like, yo, I got an idea to do a hedge fund, like an investment fund, just starting it ourselves, and go from there. And I'm like, he like, well, that's a 24/7, that's a 24-hour job, so us three, we just take certain stocks or certain whatever investment we have, and we just watch those, and as it start building, then we can start bringing other people in. And I'm like, man, I'm with it. And just, I think with him, even though he had the idea, he was like, man, I don't know if I can be in charge of people money like that. And I have 100% faith in him. Another Smith graduate that called me. Matter of fact, the two people we're talking about are two Smith graduates.
Word. And, shout out to Smith.
Sometimes you just need to bounce that idea off of people, man. And hopefully in a couple of weeks we will be starting that, because we have to start taking control and stop being so willy-nilly with our money.
And then take action, man.
And we have to, it's a tool. And until we see this as a tool, everything that we have a problem with, of upholding and taking control of, it's all a tool. A gun, that's a tool. Your money, that is a tool. And when you reconfigure your thinking and use it as that, a tool, it's endless.
Yeah, the possibilities
that we figure out. That's the only thing we're trying to figure out. This cheat code to life, and that's what it is. You have to figure out a lot of these things that you're envious and that you hold on such high pedestal. A lot of it is just tools that you're using improperly.
That makes a lot of sense, man. A lot of people, because like you say, during this whole COVID situation, man, I've had my own journey. And I think we've talked about that, a little bit previously. I remember just calling you, man, just to check in on you and just to talk to you. And I know I was telling you, I'm going through a lot over here, just trying to, balance myself and, my life and figuring out what's going on with COVID, what's going to be going on in the future, my side hustle, just trying to figure all this stuff out, man. And the biggest thing about it, you have to take those resources that you do have and that you're using in the wrong way and study and focus and take the time to really surround yourself with whatever that goal is or that dream is, to start clocking in some true hours. You know what I'm saying? And if you doing anything with business, you know what I mean by the true hours, because in order for you to become a true professional, you have to do 10,000 of them. You have to. And in order for you to build up to that 10,000 hours, you have to put in the work somewhere, man. And I'm a true believer, just like you say, Matt, at the end of this, a lot of people should come out ready to go to work. And I mean, like, putting together all these things that's going to help us get in tune with our own economy, that's going to give us the power to make these decisions with these government officials and with these people that's being bribed with money. You know what I'm saying? When we start to build our own economy, we can tell them what the fuck we want them to do. We can say, hey, man, go send some black police to kill some white boys real quick, if we wanted to, with money.
Hey, speaking of that, bro, I did want to show, I know we getting close to the time, but I did want to show people, this is a video of our president, or, I mean, I won't claim him as my president, but President Trump. This is what he had to say about, how the police should be treating us and kind of advising them on what they should do when it comes to criminals. So I'm gonna go ahead and share this clip with y'all real quick. 1 second.
It's essential that Congress fund another 10,000 ICE officers, for that, so that we can eliminate MS-13 and root out the criminal cartels from our country. Now, we're getting them out anyway, but we'd like to get them out a lot faster. And when you see these towns and when you see these thugs being thrown into the back of a paddy wagon, you just see them thrown in, rough. I said, please don't be too nice. Like when you guys put somebody in the car and you're protecting their head, the way you put their hand over, like, don't hit their head, and they've just killed somebody, don't hit their head. I said, you can take the hand away, okay?
Mind you, look at everybody. Oh yeah, it's a slew of fucking white people in the back. Like, yeah, take the hand off them niggas.
Bro, mind you seen all the people behind him were all police officers. Cheering for that shit, bro.
There is a bit of a clog.
Cheering for that shit.
That just shows you their mentality on us and what they think of us as. They think of us as less than. They think of us as animals. They think of us as beasts, as thieves, as thugs, as robbers, everything, murderers, rapists, everything negative in the book, bro. And that's the propaganda that they like to spew against black people, which makes it so easy for these white people to be like, yeah, you're right. It's easy for me to call the police on you when you're not doing nothing in the park, or when you at the place you live at in your community pool with your child. It's easy for me to call the police. As a police officer, it's easy for me to kill you without them even doing nothing. without them putting me on some kind of paid leave, and I'm still making money for my family, but I just got rid of another nigga. You know what I'm saying? It makes it easy for them when they spew that type of propaganda against us, but we're a true definition of the exact opposite of what the things that they're spewing, because the people that they're talking about couldn't have this kind of conversation we have. People that they're talking about couldn't figure out solutions to go ahead and try to better themselves and their community. You know what I'm saying? And when you spew that, you know, it's hard because we already fighting a losing battle. And anybody with the mind should be like, I mean, if let's say you're a businessman, you out of options. You are out of options. You got to do what you got to do, man.
Yeah, man. I think the best thing that you know, not even just taking like a violent approach, like the best thing that I have been doing, me personally, I just been supporting, you know, just black owned businesses as much as possible. You know, as far as my beard, my hair care, my t-shirts, my toothbrush, my toothpaste. I've been on a journey to try and buy over things that so regularly, you know, I'm gonna just go get some Tide. Nah, I'm gonna go get some True. I'm gonna, you know, just changing everyday products in my life that I know I spend, you know, nothing small money, you know, $5-10 here and there, and just really try to support just all black businesses. Because at the end of the day, that's one way we can have these conversations on how we need to defend ourselves and how we need to change our thinking pattern, but at the same time we need to change our buying pattern. We need to, you know, start supporting these businesses. Yes, things are cheaper, just like when, you know, a lot of the Chinese was coming over and not coming over, a lot of the businesses was going over there for their factories to make things cheaper for a higher profit. Now the United States is trying to change all that because you didn't sucked out the economy that you had for your own country and you shipped it away. And now that's a big talk of how we need to bring these companies back. You should have never let them leave like that in the first place. I mean, not saying that you shouldn't have let them leave, but once you start giving people tax breaks on doing things of that nature, that's what you're insinuating. So sometimes, you know, to support those black businesses, yeah, you know, it might be $8 shipping and you still spent $200. Yeah, it might be. They ain't at that level yet to give you that free shipping. You know what I'm saying? And only a true entrepreneur, business mind individual can understand that. It might cost you a little bit more to get this product from this company, but did you ever think, just like what was it, Chris Rock, when they had he had the documentary on like the black hair? So you had different like beauty supply stores who were talking about they can't stay in business because I open my own business, but I can't get that same hair that the Koreans are getting, but they're getting it for a dirt cheap price, and then they up at me and eventually putting me out of business. Yeah, could you ever think that maybe this price is high? Not because they're trying to get rich quick, because the price of the product that they need to gain is just doubled or tripled on them. These are things that are actually happening, and people aren't thinking that way until you watch the news and you hear Trader Joe's and Walmart are gouging egg prices. I didn't know people really did that. They've been doing it.
The demand is so high that you don't even realize it.
You don't even know.
They can do it.
I don't think I pay that much for eggs. But if you had control of your dollar and you was using it as a tool, you would know, oh, every month I spend about you know, and they're slowly taking everything away from us. Just like they don't teach kids cursive handwriting anymore. You know, they've been stopped teaching kids how to balance a checkbook. All you know is how to start a debit account and start spending and check. Don't long as you know your direct deposit hit, just spend your money. Nah, you need to treat your debit account as if you had a checkbook in front of you. You need to write down every purchase, and once you can keep track of your dollar, you can master it. But a fool and his money will soon part.
They definitely groomed us to be consumers and not investors, and we take everything with the consumer approach. But we need to start thinking about where that product comes, and who does the marketing, and all these people that get paid before you actually pay for the product, and figure out how we can make our money and our dollar off of that too, man. I just want to say something back to our point before that I thought was interesting before. So I saw a post earlier about a white guy. And it was basically a picture of these two white guys. One was laid down and the other had his knee on the other white guy. And the post said something talking about, I don't see the problem with that. He has his knee on my neck and I can breathe fine. You know what I'm saying? Basically trying to make a mockery of what just happened, trying to say that, he just told himself he was going to die, and it wasn't because of the knee. But then my thinking is, that's because you got your son on your neck. Let one of them boys from around the way come on, put their knee on your neck, see if you still living, boy. You know what I'm saying? Or they just make a mockery of everything that's going on and trying to say that we don't have no legitimacy behind the things that we're saying when these kind of things happen to us, bro. So that's why we kind of got to take in account everything that we talked about today. And Matt, you know what I'm saying? You know me, I know you, man. We some action takers, bro. D, we make shit happen. And like I say, man, when I say we about to make this shit happen when it comes to the beer and the economy, we about to make this shit happen, bro. We're gonna stay connected. We're gonna do what we gotta do on everybody's end to make sure that it manifests itself, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Definitely.
Hey, man, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank you guys again, just for having me on. Long time coming. Once this COVID, we were talking about it for a while because I was ready. Fuck this web shit. I'm coming down. But COVID said no. So
word.
Once everything is over, I mean, hey, maybe we can have a special edition for homecoming, since homecoming gonna be the graduation too. So
that's gonna be crazy.
I'm bringing a lot. I refuse to sell out in one day. I'm bringing a lot.
Word. That's what's
up. Yeah, we can figure that out, man. Because we tried to do it last year, but it just wasn't well put together, and the timing was off. And see, by that point, we would have been almost a year in the game, so we would have we know better now how we're gonna approach it, and that's definitely something that we could definitely look to do, bro. And I appreciate you coming through, man. Make sure y'all go check out MacBrewingCo.com. Get your free gift. You know what I'm saying? Y'all check out the brew. He got the IPAs with the mean ale coming through. Hey, my man Philly Mac, he on one, man. Fuck with him.
Yeah, definitely, bro. Definitely appreciate you coming through. Definitely appreciate everybody that joined in tonight with the commentary, all our watchers, viewers, and everything. Definitely appreciate all of y'all. Make sure y'all subscribe to us on YouTube at a Cold One Podcast, Instagram, a Cold One Podcast, everything. And Facebook, all of that. You already know it's your boy Big D.
Hey man, it's your boy L Dottie, man, and we'd like to thank y'all for coming back to another episode of a Cold
One. Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all, man.
Yeah.